Howdy everyone, it's me Zombie and welcome back to my happy little cosplay channel. Today I am going to be talking about how I made the Cosplay Handbook. The reason why I decided to write this book was I really wanted to kind of continue my cosplay career, but I didn't really know what to do next, where to go next, and Bill and Brittany Duran of Punish Props really encouraged me to try writing a book. It's something that they've done and that has really worked well for them, and it's something they've really enjoyed doing. I just jumped right in. The same summer that they suggested that I write a book, I decided to take a week off of work and spend the entire week writing the book, kind of figuring out kind of what sections I wanted in the book, what I wanted it to be about. My ritual on those weeks was kind of strange. I would just wake up when I woke up, and I would go out and get a coffee and take my laptop with me and usually go sit in a park in my car and just type in the silence. And I just found that that really helped me work efficiently for some reason. Everybody has their own process, I guess. That first week when I was writing the book, I really wanted this to be more about like armor making and pattern making and kind of how to find the costume that you want to make. And that's kind of what it started out as, but the more that I tweaked and worked on it, the more I realized I wanted this book to be just like a fun read, whether you've been into cosplay for a while, you're just starting, you don't really know what cosplay is, but you want to know more about it. I wanted this book to be a really fun, easy to read, easy to follow guide for you. So I decided to cover everything under the sun, just around cosplay culture, going to conventions, doing your own photo shoots, making your own patterns, sewing, how to use a sewing machine, how to make foam armor, what materials to get, where to get those materials, wig styling, just like all the meat and potatoes of cosplay stuff I put into my book. And once everything was kind of tweaked and was how I wanted it to be, I kind of didn't touch it for a few months. I just had a lot going on in my life, at work, on YouTube, and then I picked it back up in the beginning of 2019, and I started doing all the photos for it, continued to tweak all the sections just to make them exactly how I wanted them to sound and how I wanted them to look. And I did all the photos in my workroom here, just with the camera that you are watching me on right now and just a couple of lights. And I photographed everything, I edited everything in Adobe Photoshop, and then I would organize them into certain folders just so everything was organized, because there ended up being almost 600 photos for everything, which was a lot, and I edited all those photos as well. So it took longer than I thought. I really did think that I would be releasing this book in February. I ended up releasing it in May. And I was still doing photos, editing photos, up until like the week that I published it. It wasn't hard brain power wise, but it was just really new and the volume of work was just a lot. After all that was done, then I needed to figure out how to put it in a book form. Luckily, I had Adam help me format the book. It was really cool having him here, and after we were done with work, we would sit and figure out exactly how I wanted each page to look. And he was super patient with me because I was really particular about how I wanted every page to look and how big I wanted the photos to be, and what I wanted the headers to look like, and what I wanted the text to be like, and the overall feel for it. And he was just super awesome, and if I wanted a picture there, he would just drag it there and do his like formatty thing in Adobe, and it was just great. For my first book, I knew I wanted to go with Amazon. That's what I did. I'm pretty impressed with it so far, obviously, because I have to do so little. Amazon takes care of printing the books, they take care of shipping them. They will randomly do sales on my book if my book happens to be doing well, to encourage people to buy more of it, which is really nice. Working with them has been super easy. As far as uploading The book, there were some weird little formatting things, but luckily their customer service was really fast and they were able to tell me exactly what I needed to do to tweak it so it would be approved by Amazon Printing, so everything would print correctly. A really cool other thing that Amazon does is after you've uploaded your book for the first time, before it goes live, you can order a few author copies. So when you get an author copy from Amazon, this is what it's gonna look like. It's gonna be like not for resale on the outside, obviously. The cover is pretty much the same on this. I did tweak some of it because as you can see, the text is kind of like going right up to the edge there, which I wasn't a fan of. But I filled this thing with notes of things I wanted to change. See the font on the cover, make it smaller, make the spine bigger, make the margins smaller. And you can see I can talk about like resolution in pictures. I'm rereading everything and changing editorial things. Here I'm like, this photo's way too dark. I need to lighten it in Photoshop. So that's what I did. And even though it's like, hey, it's a big success to have like your own rough draft copy, there's still so much work you have to do. So again, it's really not like the actual difficulty of writing the book, taking the photos, and formatting everything. It's just the volume of work. It's just so much. It's editing and re-editing and editing. And speaking of editing, I have to give a huge shout out to my amazing editor, Steph. Steph has been my cosplay friend for years, and she happens to be a brilliant editor. So I sent my book to her as a draft, and she made a bunch of amazing, thorough notes that really helped me make this the best that it could possibly be. And while we're talking about editing, Svetlana and Ben of Kamui Cosplay were just little angels. They really were. They reached out to me when I announced that I was making a book, and they said, hey, if you want us to look at your book and give you some feedback, we would be happy to do that. They picked up on a lot of stuff that really helped make my book so much better. Those guys are awesome. So I just can't say enough nice things about them. So thank you so much, Ben and Svetlana, for looking at my little rough draft copy and just picking it apart and help making it the best it possibly could have been. Mwah, chef's kiss for Ben and Svetlana. Amazing. So after me and my buddies picked apart this rough draft, I gave a final draft copy to Amazon. I got one more rough draft copy just to make sure that I liked it and it was looking how it should look. And then I hit the little launch button and it was launched. Ta-da, physical copy. I actually made an ebook copy as well, which is available on my website, zombiesworkshop.com. That was released a couple days before the hard copy, just because there's a lot less that goes into making an ebook. So I was able to have the ebook copy ready for people. So I wanted there to be an option so you could get the ebook if you're an ebook person and you don't like having a physical book, but if you have a physical book, you have the physical book. I also wanted to talk about like the money thing and how things are distributed as far as like cost per book, how much I get in my pocket per book. I will start with the ebook. So if you buy an ebook from my website, I make almost 100% profit from that. And that is just because there's no printing costs, there's no fulfillment costs involved with that. There's no customer service involved with that. You just download the book, ta-da, you have the book. So that's it. That's why I make much more profit with a book on my website than if you buy it on Amazon, because of course when people buy a book on Amazon, there is a lot of customer service involved with that. The book has to be printed, the book has to be fulfilled, shipped out, and then if anyone has a problem with the physical copy of the book, say if it was damaged in shipping or some other unfortunate thing happened like it got lost, customer service could help get that person a replacement book or a refund or whatever they needed. So I get much less from the physical copy of the book So if I sell this physical book for $29.47 on Amazon, I'm making about $9.11 per book, which for me is good because I don't have to take care of fulfillment or anything else. And I only sell my ebook for $10 on my website, so I'm making $9 and some change after taxes and everything on there. So there we go. I also wanted to talk about taxes because this is my first year kind of officially running my own business as far as selling books and all that stuff. I save half of everything that I make just for expenses, for taxes, for unforeseen fees. So I think that has covered just about everything. The whole experience of making this book, it was very long. It was very strenuous. I guess it was because it was my first time making something like this, but I can definitely see my second book being a lot smoother. I'm not really sure when I'm going to be releasing a second book or when I'll be making one, but I would love to know what kind of book y'all would like to see next. And of course, if you haven't picked up a copy of the Cosplay Handbook yet, please do! It would mean so much to me. That, and Christmas is right around the corner. You could get this for a cosplayer in your life. I'm trying to do like a smooth book plug, but I feel like this whole video has been a plug, so I'm sorry. Please buy my book. It helps me make more cool costumes. Ah! And with all of that, that is how I made the Cosplay Handbook. I hope this was helpful for y'all. I do hope that you'll stick around and hit that subscribe button if you like the video, because I would love to see you back. I also want to give a big thank you to my patrons. Y'all make videos like this possible, so thank you, thank you, thank you. This week's Makers of the Week include South Arc Green Arrow, which you may have guessed is cosplaying Green Arrow. Additionally, South Arc Green Arrow's family has reached out to me and asked me to feature him as a Maker of the Week because he has very unfortunately gone into a terrible car wreck. He is okay, but he needs some help with medical bills and his family needs some help. I'm gonna leave his Facebook page right down below, which has more info of how you can help him and his family out. Next up, we have Team Emerald Cos, who cosplayed Zane. You look awesome. I love the makeup. I love all the cel shading effects on your cosplay. You look phenomenal. Thank you for showing me. If you guys out there have a cosplay, a hobby, a cool crafty thing that you want to share with the world, I would love to see it. Seeing what you guys create makes my freaking day. I love seeing it. Thank you so much for showing me. You can show me on Twitter or on Instagram. I have both. Reach out, DM, tag me, however, I will see it and I will love it. I know it already. Thanks again for joining me today, and I'll see you next time, y'all. Bye.